Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Flows. Welcome to a brand new video. Today I just want to try to put people on today. One of the biggest money mistakes I see people do when it comes to cars is actually buying one off a lot, or just, paying car payments in general. And it seems like in today's society more than ever, this is like a general known thing that people do now. I don't understand it. Like, the used car market type thing has kind of just gone away, even though people still use it. A lot of people I know still do it, but it's just people just feel like they need brand new cars. I don't understand that, especially if you're like buying a first car. Like, it kind of makes no sense. So today I kind of want to just talk about how you can avoid this big money mistake by trying to just find a used car, going out and reaching out to people, meeting them in person, seeing a car that you're interested in over online and seeing it in person and making it happen. It's quite easy, and there's a bunch of useful sites to do it. The big one that I like to use and I always look at cars on is Facebook Marketplace. May not seem like it, it may not seem like a good place to look, but Facebook Marketplace in the car section has cars everywhere, man. I'm telling you, for a good deal is due if you know what you're looking for. Another tip to know is, like I just said, know what you're looking for. Do research into what to look for when looking for a car that you want to be reliable with. You don't want a car that, may seem good at the price, but, buy it from them and then 2 weeks later, a head gasket blows just because, you didn't know that there is another underlying issue going on with it. You gotta, I would definitely just, kind of look up how to do this. There's tutorials on how to meet up with people and buy used cars. You can also do auctions. Auctions are also another kind of good way to do it. Just sometimes they kind of go in the high price range, so if it does, avoid it. Yeah, it's kind of simple. There's a bunch of, just go on Google, search up, best car used websites, and then boom, there you go. There's also YouTube channels I think I know that are dedicated to this. There's even some that have their own websites that will bring you to direct links to cars. Can't think of them off the top of my head, but there's plenty of options besides dealing with daily, monthly payments that for a car that literally no longer even costs that much. Like, it's a big scheme, a big scam in my opinion. I don't understand why people do it unless you have the money for it, and in which most cases people don't. They'll spend half their annual salary on a down payment for a car. Makes absolutely no sense. And then they still have to pay afterwards, monthly. Now, I can't see it being okay if you can afford it and you do want a brand new car. That's totally fine. If you can afford it, go for it. But for people like me that are young and may not have that money, don't do it, please. I'm telling you, I don't even have experience doing this just because I know it's just not a good thing to do. If you think about it, just sit down and think about it. You don't want to deal with those monthly payments. You already have car insurance to deal with and maintenance, and yeah, and they don't make them like they used to. I hate to say it, but they don't. New cars always aren't the best option. Just because it's new doesn't mean it's good. Say for example, I think the big Tesla Cybertruck or whatever, when it first released, it had a major, I think it was a acceleration pedal problem, where they would stick or something, and they had to recall almost all of them when they first launched. Good example. Or say for newer trucks. Newer trucks wear and tear way faster than you would see an older truck. There's tons of older trucks out there that are still in pristine condition to this day, compared to newer trucks that are already, paint chipping and all. So, yeah, it's not always the best bet to go with a new car. I'm just saying. So think about that too. And for the process of trying to look for a used car, yeah, it may take you a little time. You may be surfing on the web for a minute trying to look for a nice one. But once you find one and you get somebody that's able to actually, communicate back with you and you set up, appointment, it's pretty exciting, You may be a little nervous the first time, but it's pretty cool. You actually are into it and, you look at the car and you talk about it. And you ask questions. You are the person asking the questions, You don't have some sales representative telling you a bunch of things about it. I mean, the person you meet up with might tell you facts about the car, but you're mainly the one that's investigating it before you buy it. You're the buyer, and he's just trying to get rid of his car. And it may not be a necessarily bad car. You might get a steal out of it. You can get a nice car that'll last you another 100,000 miles before it, it needs major things done to it for like 5 grand if you just look hard enough with decent miles. Say like around 140, 150k. You can find a decent one. May not look the prettiest, perhaps, but if you're looking for a daily and you don't really care, there you go. It's the strap, man, I'm telling you. I would never at my age right now buy a car and have to pay down payments and payments after monthly for it. Nope. Not a million. Not for another like 10, 15 years. It's just, I don't understand why people do it so often. Especially people my age. It bothers me. I've never really called out anybody my age doing it, but I don't know. Crazy. Don't do it. Simple. Just don't. Not worth it. Save up your bread. Get a nice couple brands to you. Go on the Facebook Marketplace. Go to Car Guru, whatever website you use, and just start searching. And there, most of them have filters. Even, you can filter out cars you want. You can go by automatics, miles, price, filter to it, find a precise, filters that you want, and then it'll be way faster and easier for you to do it. And then, text a person. Don't be a bot. Here's another tip. Don't, text them the default message, like for Facebook Marketplace, for instance. Don't send the default that it pops up with, hey, is this available? Sellers hate that. It just thinks it's more like spam at this point. Don't do that. Send them a personal message, maybe ask a question about the car. Like an actual question. Seem interested. Seem like you want to almost buy it. Like right off the rip. People like that, and then it catches their eye and they're just like, oh, well, maybe we actually do have somebody that's interested in my car. And then it'll go from there. It's really simple. Me and my buddies doing this when we were like 15, 16, right when, got our license and whatnot, and people were getting their first manuals. We would meet up with random strangers we've never met before just to look at their car and be like, yep, alright, that's a sale right there. And then boom, got a whole car. I remember one time, me and my buddy did it, me and my bro, and it was his first manual. Dude had us test drive it and everything. But he didn't know how to exactly ship the manual right off rip. It was burning the gears and everything, and the dude that was selling the car was just like, oh lord. Safe to say that car blew up literally that same day. I'm not even kidding. I wish I was making that up. Just don't do that. Don't beat the piss out of it. If you get a car, chances are if they're selling it, it might not have been driven all too much before they sold it. Although people do be selling their dailies like that. But just be cautious of that. A lot of the cars you're buying have been sitting there. Don't just beat on them right away. And they also have previous owners and miles on them, so they're not just like brand new. Don't buy one of these cars thinking, oh, it's gonna come with flaws. So you're probably gonna put more money into it than you expect. But it's way less. It's way less money down the line. Point blank. Period. No questions asked. But I think this will do for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I just want to make a informational one, put y'all on to a subject I feel like more people need to hear about, because yeah, buying cars off a lot's kind of a scam. I'm not gonna lie. Don't do it. I'll talk to y'all later, man. Peace.